And when you ride a commuter to your office and even then a girl likes you, then marry her because she likes you because of your personality, not because of your motorcycle.
Hello and welcome back to today's special podcast. And Vikas
Buddies.
bhai, yeah. So for your information, our podcast is the fastest growing motorcycle podcast in India right now, and I can
Thank you.
proudly say that.
Thank you, everyone.
So yes,
Thank you for
and this
tolerating us.
all the good and the bad and all the hates that we are getting, it's fine,
we
part of
we
it.
like to be bad boys here. Life is too short to be
Absolutely,
good, isn't it? So
exactly. So yeah, so today's
yeah,
special podcast, it's about saving money on your motorcycle. So
absolutely.
I mean motorcycle and money, it's not like you can't have a lot of money saved and I mean it's doesn't fits in one page, right? Because why?
Well, I would like to mention a few points here. Okay.
Sure.
There is one specific thing about lifestyle motor vloggers which I never liked. That is, they always have shown that they have been buying super bikes, expensive motorcycles, but they never took one percentage of an effort to tell the audience how are they buying it. Okay, is
Wow.
it only
This
through
is the
YouTube
first time.
money? Yeah,
Yeah, I think in this podcast we will discuss on how we can actually end up, saving a lot of money, and that
absolutely
money you can use for anything. Maybe, you can also buy your dream super bike in future, or
correct.
you can invest in anything. You know what we are trying to do? We are trying to teach the audience how you can actually end up saving a lot of money. And
Absolutely. I
yes,
recently turned 40 years old, and my whole perspective about life, I am thinking about it again and again. Because, see, life changes so much, and life changes every 5 years. All right. And for a young person, they have to build their financial foundation from the age of, say, 20 to 30. All right. That is a very important time for them to have their emergency funds right, for them to go ahead and buy a flat. I'm not one of those people who would say, keep renting all your life. You don't have to buy. That's all nonsense. Definitely go ahead and buy a home for yourself, even if it is a single bedroom. It is very important to do so in your life. So, today we are going to be talking about how you can enjoy and live your motorcycling dream and still save money, which is very important to do.
absolutely. And I'm pretty sure I can claim it that maybe not a single motorcycle influencer has talked about this thing. They will tell you that okay, we are buying this motorcycle, we are buying this is
Yeah,
our next motorcycle, but they will never ever tell you actually if they are buying it or renting it, whatever be it. But they will never guide you. Why don't you guys do this? Why don't you guys follow this?
it is a
You
very
should
bad thing
follow
for the
this and that.
society, also. Quickly,
Absolutely
within a minute, I would like to mention this. Okay.
right.
Society needs professionals. Okay. Professionals are the people who have exclusive skill sets. Now, you
Exactly.
could be someone who is into computer technology, or you could be an actor, you could be a trader who's buying something from one place and selling somewhere else where that product is not available. You could be a doctor, engineer, whatever. Now, all these people are very important for the society. Without these people, the society cannot progress, can't even survive. So now what
Right.
happens is that none of these professionals can go ahead and buy a super bike every couple of years. It is not possible
Not possible.
financially. But when these so-called lifestyle motor vloggers keep buying a super bike every 6 months and keep showing it on YouTube and Instagram that we are so successful. Now, here, what happens is that the professionals who are very important for the society, they definitely don't make so much money, but they're living a dignified, decent life and they're very important to the society. But they are getting frustrated and depressed, thinking that why the hell am I doing what I'm doing? I could be a doctor, engineer, I could be a businessman, but why am I doing this when these people are only making YouTube videos and making so much money and they're living such a lavish life? So here, the YouTubers, it is their responsibility to mention. Now, are they buying these super bikes through ancestral money, by the land sold of their grandfather, or by some betting they did online, or is it only through YouTube money? What is it? Financial
Absolutely.
awareness is very important. Yeah.
Right. So, like, especially kids and youngsters, uh,
Yes.
they are getting an impression that, okay, so this guy has done full-time YouTube, he has left everything,
Correct.
his job, and he's ending up, making a lot of these money.
Correct.
I mean, most of these influencers who are promoting these, you know, uh, betting apps, they
Yeah.
and all these kind of things, they are actually making a lot of money, and that's what end
Absolutely.
of the day, the viewers are seeing that, okay, this guy is getting a new superbike every year. So,
Correct.
right. So, we will not go too deep into that. We will. I'm pretty sure they will come at us, but it's fine. We are
We
ready.
love it.
But today we will preach our viewers how you can
Yeah.
actually save good amount of money, especially on fuel. I think, right? Because why not just fuel, maybe maintenance also.
I would like to say another philosophical line before we start. That is, most of our audience are men, and most of the people who ride motorcycles are men. Uh, so I would like to say that a man's best friend, a man's biggest support is not a woman, it is not his parents, it is not anyone, not his childhood friend. But your biggest support and your real life partner is the money that you have, the money that you earned, the money that you invested, the money that you saved. Unfortunately,
Absolutely.
especially after the age of 35, if a man does not have at least self sustainable amount of money, no one cares about you, including your family. So
Exactly. That's the
let's
harsh
talk
truth of
about
life.
saving money. Absolutely.
Right. So, before this podcast, actually, we have been talking a lot of things related to
True.
this from the last couple of
Yes.
days. So,
Absolutely.
I think we that can also be a separate podcast, lifestyle, kind of thing, topic we will cover. But let's
Yes.
start about, how you can actually end up saving money. So, Vikas bhai,
Correct.
straight away, I'll give you an example. I own a GT 650, right?
Yeah.
So, you also have a Interceptor
Interceptor
650.
650. Yes.
But the difference between you and me is that you have been very sensible enough to have a commuter motorcycle. And I took that as a lesson, and I got myself a commuter motorcycle as well. So people might be wondering, why the hell would you, ride a 910 bhp motorcycle?
Yeah.
I mean, even you have been
Yeah.
used to the power of R1 and
True.
most of the super bikes that you've ridden and owned also.
Correct.
So
So I
the
would like to
basic,
start and
right?
mention that,
Sure,
see, uh, I love power. Okay. I love to do at
absolutely.
least 100 kilometers per hour in the first gear itself. Okay. That feels awesome. But let's get down to ground reality. The ground reality is that none of us have free or passive income coming in. We are
Right,
working very hard for our money. Got it? So here we have to be sensible. Now, how do we be sensible? Point number one. Now, I have an Interceptor 650, which I would love to ride on a daily basis. But if I ride my Interceptor 650 to my office, which is 15 kilometers away from where I live, and if I come back on the same motorcycle, that is 30 kilometers every single day. So if I do it for 1 week, now when I say 1 week, not 7 days, it is 5 days. So it is 1000 rupees every week for me. Okay. On the Interceptor 650. So that is 4000 rupees minimum only for fuel, only to commute.
Commute just
Now,
for office commute.
absolutely. Okay.
Right.
Now, if I don't ride the Interceptor 650 on a daily basis to my office, and if I ride my Impulse 150, now the Impulse looks amazing. It turns more heads than the Interceptor 650. Uh, but she is a man's best girlfriend. She is very economical. She gives well over 50 kilometers a liter fuel efficiency to me. So 1000 rupees of fuel filled in the Impulse 150 for me will last for 1 month. Whereas Interceptor 650 is 1000 every week.
Or
So
even sometimes more than that,
more
depending
than
on
that,
the traffic.
absolutely. Yeah, it depends on how we ride. Sometimes we want to kind of, have fun, ride hard.
Right.
So,
I'll just straight away open my
yeah,
calculator while you are
yeah.
mentioning these amounts, so it will be very practical. So
True.
you're straight away saving 3,000 on fuel
Yes.
just by riding the Impulse, and we haven't got to
Correct.
the maintenance part as well, because
Absolutely.
right, because Interceptor you will need a pair of new tires every year for sure if you're
Yes.
riding it daily. So
Yes.
let's just calculate the fuel, and because by what I'll do, I'll share these kind of calculations on the screen as well,
Very
maybe on a reel,
nice.
so people
Yes.
will be able to okay, this makes sense. It's not that we are
Correct.
just sharing the knowledge; we are actually using, like, uh,
Absolutely.
yeah, we are experiencing getting the saving a lot of money. So that's
Correct.
3,000 per month. So if I
Only the
for a year,
principal amount is 36,000 rupees a
36,
year. Okay.
yeah, this can go up and maybe sometimes a little bit down also. But
So
let's
basically,
take
if
it
you
as
ride,
40,000.
yeah, if you ride any kind of a performance motorcycle, at least 50,000 rupees a year, more or less, you'll be spending on petrol.
Exactly. Only if
Okay.
you're
That is for
riding it
commute.
for commuting, only commuting, right? There's no weekend
Yeah.
rides involved.
It is worth spending for weekend rides. Now, here, we are
Absolutely.
not saying that don't spend money on petrol, be a miser. No, go on a nice weekend ride, go on a tour, go on a 1 month tour. That
Right.
is worth it. Because when you are riding on the open roads and you're burning fuel, it is a great feeling to ride a motorcycle. But when you're
Yes.
riding at 20, 30 kilometers an hour, riding a 650 cc, burning so much fuel, what are you doing? Nothing. Correct? It
Absolutely. It's
is
just turning heads, nothing else.
absolutely useless burning so much of fuel.
Right.
So, uh, yeah. So, here, the practicality is that have awesome motorcycles at home, but on a daily basis, ride a motorcycle which is like a 125 to 150 cc. That is what I believe in.
And I think viewers were expecting that you will recommend ride an electric
Oh,
vehicle
no.
on a daily basis. Absolutely not. So
No.
we will go deep into that. So
Yes.
straight away, you will be saving 40,000 on fuel itself
Yeah.
if you're not using your 40, 50 bhp or more powerful motorcycle on daily, like daily
Yeah.
errands and all these things.
Now,
We
here,
haven't. Yes.
very simple financial, thought. That is, someone who wants to be absolutely on the safe side can invest that 3,000 rupees per month extra money, which has not been spent on petrol, into a recurring deposit. Okay.
Right.
RD. If you log into your bank account, it could be anything ICICI, HDFC. You will
Yeah.
see FD and RD. RD, you can schedule it. It'll be an auto debit every month, 5th, 10th, 15th, whenever. It'll take 3,000 rupees from your bank account, put it into an RD. And overall, you will get more or less about 7% per year. Okay.
Right.
It is not significant, but still you're saving some money plus interest there. And
Right.
someone who understands the stock market, they can keep investing in very reliable companies. Okay, we will not take the name of any companies, but
Right.
very
I can give
strong
an
banks.
example, because
Yeah.
by
Hmm.
all right. Let me just try for any. I'll not name any. I'll just
Yeah.
open my app,
Yeah.
and I'm trying to explore
I mean,
anything.
it's very simple,
Right.
like SBI Bank. Got it? You
Right.
simply go ahead and buy a few shares of SBI Bank every single month and don't trade them, don't sell them, keep them. Got it? So, companies like these, I gave an example of SBI Bank
Right.
because if companies like these do not exist, India will not exist. So, they are so
Absolutely.
strong. Got it? So, a young man, if they start investing 3,000 rupees every single month into very strong, reliable companies, and 10 years later, they will have a solid, strong portfolio.
Because by I have just done the calculation. Like I am on the
Mhm.
app, that SIP app, mutual fund
Yeah.
app. So
Hmm.
just giving viewers an idea. So suppose you will be commuting on motorcycles, you will also be having a motorcycle, a bigger motorcycle.
Yeah.
And if just 3,000 rupees you are setting aside on an SIP,
Yeah.
I'll not name any brands.
Yeah.
So after 5 years, it will be like 4 lakh rupees.
Wow.
You can actually, I mean, you can use it in a very good way also. If you want to invest further, or if you were actually planning for an upgraded motorcycle or anything, whatever you
True.
want, you
True.
can actually
You
use
can,
that 4 lakh
correct.
easily.
That 4 lakhs can easily be used towards your
Right.
life or pleasure. Got it? Pleasure
Absolutely.
is buying another nice,
So this was
motorcycle.
very
Yeah.
small amount because I am
Very small.
wondering
True.
if I would have done this same thing from day one, and
True.
I spend around 5 to 6 thousand on fuel on the GT.
Correct.
Like from the last couple of months, you were telling me, brother, you can get an X-Pulse
Correct.
as well. But unfortunately, I could not get a used in good condition, so I
Hmm.
ended up getting a Shine. That's a very good
See,
commuter.
honestly, today, okay,
Right.
I'm lucky and happy to have the impulse with me. Okay.
Absolutely.
But even if I had to ride a Splendor on everyday basis, okay, after having super bikes, after having KTMs, after having, Interceptor
Right.
650, I will ride a Splendor on every day because, see, honestly, no one cares a damn about you. Okay. If I have to go to office on a Splendor and if I'm able to save thousands of rupees a month, I will save it because in the end, my saving is going to protect me, not anyone else
Absolutely.
around me. So,
Correct.
see,
So that
most of
was
the
a
people
very
don't
good.
ride commuter motorcycles because
Right.
it's a kind of a pride issue, it's self respect.
I think so.
Oh,
Yes.
yeah. I mean, some watchman of the apartment rides a Splendor. Wow,
Might
why
have
should
the
I ride
same.
a Splendor?
Right.
Yeah. I
Exactly.
mean, he's a human, you're a human, bro. Nothing wrong. Ride it. Got it. So,
Absolutely. I have many friends actually, Vikas bhai.
hmm,
I have another friend, his name is Lazang. He owns
hmm,
a service center in Bangalore, and
nice.
he has a Splendor. He has a very good Splendor,
Absolutely.
and he has a Triumph Street Triple.
Wow. What an
So,
example now. See this. Okay. What an example,
so I
right?
actually,
Yeah.
got inspired from him and you as
Yeah.
well. And we are actually saving a lot of money. And
Correct.
I mean, riding the Interceptor GT or any 650 or even, I mean, liter class makes no sense for commuting, to be honest, especially
Uh,
also in India. Right.
yeah. I'll go one step ahead and
Sure.
give you another example. I own a
Right.
Skoda Superb. Okay. I love that
Yes.
car. And in the last 6 odd years, I was driving that car on everyday basis. Now, of course, the amount of money it takes to maintain a Skoda Superb. It is
Yes, it's not at
extremely
all.
expensive. So I went through a major service recently, and I don't know, about 1.5 lakhs something got spent on it, and
Wow.
uh, and I also turned 40 now recently. Uh, so a bulb in my head, uh, jal gaya. It came on, so
Exactly.
it turned on. The bulb was like, Vikas, I mean, the amount of money you're spending every single month, a lot of it can be cut off. Okay. Now, if
Actually.
I drive the Skoda Superb on everyday basis, I was spending 15 to 20,000 rupees on fuel every single month. And I did that for the
Wow.
last 6+ years. Okay. Only on the car I'm
Right.
talking about. Motorcycles is separate again. So, including motorcycles and cars, my monthly expense was probably 25,000 rupees.
Wow.
So, now I'm not driving my Skoda Superb anymore. She's parked nicely. Okay.
Okay.
Once in a month, probably, I will
Yes.
use the car. and on a daily basis,
takes it around for a long drive and
yeah. And
yeah,
most of the time, on the weekends when I'm going out, I go out to party. So, anyways, I need a driver to drive. So, I take an Uber here. You know,
it's safe.
absolutely correct. So, I mean, imagine having a Skoda Superb and deciding one day that I don't want to spend that amount of money uh, on her every single month is a very serious decision. It's a tough decision for people to
Yes,
take, and I
it's
took
not
it.
easy. It's a
Yeah,
very good and powerful car as well.
true.
So,
Yes.
right. So,
And I
yeah,
have
the
the petrol,
basics.
by the way, not diesel. No, mine is
Wow.
not a V6. If it was
Okay.
V6, I'll be spending 40,000 rupees a month on petrol only.
Wow. That's a lot of money.
Yeah,
So, for everyone's, just for reference, Vikas bhai is using an impulse for
yeah,
his daily commute.
that is correct.
And yeah, and we are actually ended like saving a lot of money on fuel. And
True.
not just fuel, I think maintenance also comes down when you're using these like smaller cc motorcycles for your commuting,
Absolutely.
because maybe an impulse full service will cost somewhere around 1,000, 1,200, not
Very
more
well
than
said.
that.
Correct. I mean, we
Exactly.
have
And
our friend, right, Tarun, who owns a
yeah, Tarun
workshop.
is very
Okay.
helpful. Right.
Yeah. So now Impulse, I've been riding for more than a year, and I told him, bro, we will service the Impulse. He's saying, why, bro? What is there to service in that? I'm like, something, bro.
There's
At
no.
least once in a year, we have to do something to her. She'll feel bad, bro. He's like, bro, there is no oil filter in her. Okay. There is
Wow.
the brake pad, they last forever because it's very lightweight motorcycle, right?
Right, right, right.
When the motorcycle is very lightweight, when you brake, lesser amount of brake pad is getting consumed.
Right.
Okay. And uh, it
The
doesn't have a
tires.
fuel pump. Tires last forever. I mean, nothing, yeah. 1 liter of engine oil. So, even if you get the motorcycle serviced, as Zoe mentioned,
Right.
probably
It'll
less
be
than
really pretty cheap.
1,000.
Right.
Yeah, less than 1,000. 500-600
And
rupees. If you use
right.
mineral oil, 500-600 rupees, you can get the motorcycle serviced.
Right. And
Yeah.
I mean, suppose you had to use the interceptor, like we were talking about maintenance, the tires, the chain sprockets, and a lot of costs will get involved. Like
Yeah,
maybe every year you will need a new tire. Maybe
absolutely.
1.5 year you will be needing a new set of chain sprockets, brake pads, and the list will go on and on and on. So I'm not
Uh,
saying stop, riding those bigger bikes. Of
yeah.
course, ride them, but you should. I mean, if you want to save
Sparingly,
money,
sparingly. Yeah.
right? If you want to save money, if you don't want to save money, you can ride it daily. Nobody
Correct.
will stop you. So this is only about how you can actually end up saving a lot of money by riding a commuter. Like the name
Fi-
suggests, it's only from one place to another.
True.
That's the main purpose of that motorcycle.
In financial terms, there is a saying
Right.
on your hobbies and luxuries, earned income should not be spent. Passive income should be spent. Okay.
Exactly.
So earned income is when you go to office or when you actually work on a business on a daily basis personally, that is earned income.
Right.
Okay. But when you invest and without doing daily work, you're still getting money. Now the money could be through rentals, could be through fixed deposits, or you have a
Right.
company where 20 other people are working, and because they are working, you are getting money. Okay. That money can be spent on luxuries and
Right.
hobbies. So yeah.
So that's a very basic, suggestion. Maybe not a suggestion. I would say it's a guide. This podcast is all about, uh, you'll have a lot of money to do other things as well. So
Yeah, this
because
podcast is
why?
about
Right.
frugality. See, we have to enjoy our life, but be frugal. You will hear this word from most of the multi-billionaires. Okay. They
Right.
are very frugal. They only spend money where money has to be spent. So, yep.
Absolutely. So as Vikas was saying about this, uh, one question might come to people's mind is, why not get an EV?
Yeah.
Like, we will not go too deep into that. But again, I think because what is a few EVs that are available in the market? One is Ather, there's
Yeah.
Ola, and there's there's torque as well, something called
Hmm.
torque. So it's more like a motorcycle, like with a
Yeah.
battery and stuff.
If
So
I have to vouch for one EV in India,
right,
a two-wheeler EV, that has to be Ather only. Okay.
okay,
Ola has been a complete software disaster and customer service disaster. I can say this because for my investors company, we bought two. We were one of the first customers, and the amount of issues that we faced was just unbelievably high. And there are a
wow,
lot of kit EVs. Kit EVs means there are mushroom brands which suddenly come up, and
right.
they get funding from somewhere, and they have no personal R&D, research and development. They simply
They just
bring motor
assemble,
from somewhere.
right?
Yeah, correct. Battery from somewhere. The batteries haven't been chemically tested, and they end up catching fire. So all these issues are there. So if I have to vouch, it'll only be Ather.
All right,
But since we are talking about uh,
saving,
economics and finance here,
correct.
then how much is an Ather? Google right now, the most basic model.
Yeah, Ether is 1 lakh. The basic one is 1 lakh 40 something.
So on road something probably another 20,000 here there.
Ether, yeah, Rista on road. So it's 1 lakh 45,000.
Yeah.
Wow.
So you're spending 1,50,000 rupees, and plus you have to charge it. Okay, electricity is not free of cost. Now environmental effect and all that we've already spoken about it. So you have to charge the Ather on everyday basis. So now electricity is not free of cost. Now again,
Absolutely.
talking about environmentally, is it friendly or not? We already spoke about it. It is not environmentally friendly. And next, the range here. See, if your
110,
office,
100.
yeah, they say 110. Okay.
Right.
So it is like your girlfriend promising you that she will get married to you. But how, yeah,
And
how many
giving around
girlfriends really
85, I think.
really do it?
Or
Yeah.
maybe
So
less.
now I would say even lesser. Okay.
Right.
If they say 110, then
Hmm.
probably at the most 75 to 80, not more than that. At the most. Okay. If you
So I'll
ride,
share one experience with Ether is that
yeah.
my brother's Ether. He has an Ether.
Hmm.
He's not into motorcycles yet, but
Yeah.
his charging time has increased now
Yeah.
drastically.
Because
Before
the
it
battery performance, the
right,
chemical reaction, it's taking longer to charge.
right.
Hmm.
Before it used to do a full charge at like 4 to 5 hours at
Hmm.
home,
Yeah.
but now 4 hours, 5 hours is getting close to 70% of the battery only. So
That is a
that's
drop by about 40%.
right. That's a lot.
Yeah.
I mean, people who buy these things, they think, okay, I'll be saving on fuel. That's the first thing that comes to their mind. They don't care
Yeah.
about saving in environment or anything. I'm pretty sure
Yeah.
90% of the owners of
True.
these EVs, they just think that, okay, it's just charging maybe like 10, 20 rupees. I'll get a range of 190 kilometers or something like that.
They're only thinking 100 rupees din ka bach gaya. They're thinking 100 to 150 has been saved per day. That is their only calculation. Got it? But they are not thinking about the repercussions. Okay, long term after effects. So the battery will be done and dusted within 5 years. Okay, after 3 years itself, it will start degrading, like it is happening to Zoe's brother's Aether. Okay, and most of the cost of the scooter is the battery itself.
It's like 60% of the price of an Ather. that
Yeah.
that the battery costs around 85 to 90,000.
Wow,
And
wow.
the showroom people, they have claimed that don't worry,
Mm.
we are India. We will be building these batteries in house, everything, and it will lower the cost by 50%. That's what they claim when you're
Yeah.
about to buy something, buy Ether.
Mm.
So anyways,
So
so
basically, there
buying
is
an EV,
nothing called return on investment. There's nothing called economy when you buy
absolutely.
an Ather. Now, people go buy it on finance. Now, another 30, 40, fifty
Doesn't make
thousand
any
extra they'll pay.
sense,
So,
right?
yes.
So it's totally doesn't make sense if you're getting an EV. just thinking that, okay, I'm saving fuel, but you're spending on your down payment, you're spending on EMIs.
Yeah.
I mean, for just a fraction of the money, you can get a used motorcycle. Like
Absolutely.
we spoke on the last uh, podcast, and rebuilding it will cost you like max to max 6-7 thousand.
Correct.
And
See, life
yeah,
is all about sustainability. Okay.
correct.
I always have mentioned this. That is, what is sustainability? Sustainability is that whatever you have in life, it could be a human, it could be a machine. How less maintenance does it need on a regular basis? And for how many years can it be with you reliably? That is sustainability. So, here, okay, electrics have got nothing to do with sustainability. Now, can you dream of having an electric scooter with you 15 years from now? But can you dream of
Absolutely not.
having a commuter motorcycle? Absolutely yes. My impulse is already 12 years old,
Wow.
and I am going to use it till the time I die. Okay. So,
I think maybe, yeah, I mean, these, the commuter motorcycles, max to max, it will be running good, close to a new one after an engine rebuild. That's all.
absolutely.
Right.
See,
Y-
even if you buy a new one, okay, of course, we will talk about the second hand thing. But even if you buy a new one, okay, if you pay cash, what is the cost of,
Or
like a
like a
Splendor or
Shine
whatever,
or something.
Yeah,
Right.
correct. Please check
Yeah,
it
it's
online.
coming at 1,05,000 on road.
So 1 lakh rupees bus. Okay,
Right.
1 lakh 5,000. Okay, on road registration and all that. 1
Correct.
lakh 10, 1 lakh 15.
One
Okay.
lakh 10 max to max.
Yes, in 1 lakh 10,000 rupees, you are going to buy something which can last forever. Literally forever. Not 15
Yeah,
years. It can even last 30 years. Okay.
actually.
So now this is what is sustainability. And another thing, if you actually save money riding a commuter on daily basis, you can tour more on a
Yeah,
actual big
easily.
motorcycle because you'll have more money to do that, correct? Instead of riding it in the city.
Absolutely. So
Yes.
that's a very like, I mean, this podcast was only to educate the
Correct.
viewers that how you can actually end up saving. Uh,
Yes.
I mean, commuting on a 40-50 bhp, just bumper to bumper traffic, going to office and coming back to work. That's
It's
not
also a
maybe
torture, isn't it? See,
actually,
now when I ride my Interceptor 650 in bumper to bumper
yeah,
traffic, the engine heats up. Okay.
right.
It could be even a Duke 390. I used to curse myself. I used to hate myself when I used to ride my Duke 390 in bumper to bumper traffic. My legs used to bake in that heat. So, here, just for a feeling that you're riding a big motorcycle, powerful motorcycle in the traffic, you are torturing yourself with the heat. You are troubling yourself by spending so much money on petrol. And, in the end, what are you achieving?
Yeah, absolutely. So I think if you want to commute from point A to point B, please get a small CC commuter motorcycle. The
Correct.
maintenance will be very, very cheap, negligible,
Correct.
and
Yes.
the fuel will it will actually be more like an investment. You'll be
Correct.
getting a lot of things, saving a lot of things from that motorcycle. I mean, the bigger bikes, it's not an investment, right? Because bike, it's only for your own, pleasure to enjoy that amount of power and
Yeah.
whatnot.
Another thing,
Yeah,
psychologically, I'll tell you. Okay.
sure.
Now, every time I bought a big motorcycle, leave the thousands apart. Okay.
Right.
Up till 650cc, what happens is that initially when you buy, say, anything, it could be a Ninja 650, it could be Interceptor 650. When you ride the motorcycle, you feel that, wow, nice power. Okay.
Yeah,
Within 1 month, I bet that you start feeling that a motorcycle is, the power
less
feels
power.
less.
That
People
happened.
went to showrooms, people went to technicians saying that I think there is a problem in the engine, because I'm not getting the amount of power that I got when I bought the motorcycle 1, 2 months ago. No, the power did not go down. Your brain got used to it. Got it? So psychologically, you don't feel that power anymore. Same
Right.
motorcycle, same amount of horsepower, same human, same roads. So now you start feeling dissatisfied with your 650cc after a couple of months because you're riding her every day. But if you ride a commuter which is 10, 12 horsepower every day, and on the weekends, if you ride your 650, you'll feel her to be very powerful, bro. Big advantage,
Actually,
no, psychologically.
right. And it's you're also having like you're training yourself. Wow, so I have one more day to ride this, and then I'll ride my bigger bike.
It's a treat, correct?
Actually, it's a treat.
Yeah.
You are saving money, and then you are saving your lot of things on your bigger motorcycle as well.
So
So,
even the 650 which you have,
right.
psychologically you'll not get bored of her, and you wouldn't want to sell
Mm,
that motorcycle after 2 3
exactly.
years.
So it will be with me for a very long time.
Yeah. See, simple
That's
example,
so.
right? If you're sitting in an air conditioned room full day, you will not appreciate the air conditioning. Correct.
Absolutely.
You just go out into hot sun for 15 minutes, you come back, oh wow, thank you God for the air conditioning, you will say that. So
Right.
same way, ride a commuter from Monday to Friday, and Saturday, Sunday, ride your 650 or whatever, you're going to love that.
Absolutely. So that's all for the viewers. I mean, uh, you will actually end up saving a lot of money.
Yeah,
And
quickly we'll mention the second hand. Second
yeah,
hand,
yeah,
yeah, you can buy a 7 8 year old commuter. Okay.
right.
For I
I would
think what,
suggest
25?
I would suggest
Hmm.
Vikas by getting a BS4 one.
Okay.
BS3 will be too outdated, I think.
All right. Hmm.
Right. This is just for, that the
Correct.
motorcycle can be in a very good, little bit of good health, not
Yeah.
just engine wise, but sometimes if it's not treated well, the chassis
True.
might, rot, start getting
Yeah.
rust, and a
Yes.
lot of other factors. So if you get a good commuter, maybe you'll get it, I think 35, 40,000 as well.
Great amount of
So
money. I mean,
yeah,
very, very cost effective. Yeah. Hmm.
easily. And the services will be low. The tires will last for years. You don't have to
Forever.
worry about, yeah, easily. Like unlike the 390s and
Correct.
the RC 390 and all these bikes, you have to change like every 10 to 15,000 kilometers.
Correct.
But though these commuter bikes, they will last like 30,000, 25,000. I've seen them like not, the tires are like indestructible, to be honest.
And when you ride a commuter to your office, and even then a girl likes you, then marry her because she likes you because of your personality, not because of your motorcycle.
She, uh, she's with you on
Yeah,
your commuter motorcycle. She deserves to be on your bigger bike as well.
absolutely. That
This
is
will be
true
a
love.
deal, right?
Yes,
So for the viewers, if you're thinking of saving money on your bigger motorcycle, get a commuter motorcycle straight away.
absolutely.
The sooner you get it, the sooner you will start saving a lot of money.
And see, a lot of
So
people think, oh, where will I park? I don't have enough space to park. Commuters are very
right,
thin, yeah. They don't take much space. Squeeze it in between
easily,
your car and some other motorcycle. So,
absolutely.
yeah.
Right. So that's all for today's video. If you have any questions or if you want to save more
Thank
money,
you.
you can comment down, and we will be happy to answer all your questions. And please suggest which topic you want us to cover a complete podcast. So
Awesome.
that's all for today's podcast. See you again in the next episode.
Thank you, buddies. Do like, subscribe, comment, and follow Zoe and me on Instagram.
Instagram.
The
Okay.
links are there in the description.
Perfect.
Bye bye.